Look at this beautiful project that I'm sharing with you today. Isn't it just a bit of a wow? Hello, I'm Claire from Created the Ottaway, and I'm going to show you how to fold, cut and create the Ottaway. Thank you for joining me. This is my weekly craft along. I try and do one every week showing you a step-by-step how to create something beautiful. Sometimes with a wow inside, sometimes a gift box or a piece of home decor, all sorts of things. And I really appreciate you spending some time with me. Special hello to all my club members. Thank you. Please pop a comment below so that I know you joined in. If you're wondering what the club is all about, select the join button and have a look at my little video, and that will give you lots more details. If you still have questions, just get in touch. I love a crafty chat. So this is what we are making. A couple of weeks ago, I don't think it was that long ago, I made one of these triple panel cards. So they've got 3 panels in them, and the first one I made was it gradated down in size. So the biggest panel was here, and then the next size and the next size, and everybody really loved it. I really loved making it, and I thought, do you know what? This is such a good make, and you could do so many variations. So this is my Mark II. I can't really think of a name other than that. So it's a triple panel step card Mark II. But this time I've put the middle panel as the biggest. Okay, so when it's flat, it's just like that. It's got a couple of cut lines, but there is a few score lines going across. So I'm going to talk you through step by step how to do that. But how cool is that? And the best thing of all is, if you're not in the UK like me and your sizes are slightly different, you can size it up or down really easy. Just need to work out a couple of sizes and then you'll be absolutely fine. So I'll talk you through that as well together. So I've used not very much really, some coloured card. I've actually put 2 layered on. So this one is a white base card, and then I've layered it with yellow just so it gives a frame around the designer series paper. And with this one, I've used a yellow base card, and then it's got a white frame around it. I'm not sure which one I like best. What do you think? I think they both pop off of the page really beautifully. I've used a stamp set from Stampin' Up called Blooming Phrases. It's like this. I'm no longer a Stampin' Up demonstrator, so I get to use everybody's stuff. So doesn't mean I'm not going to buy from them. I still love their products. I just want to stretch my wings a little, and actually, to be perfectly honest, use what I've got, because I've got so much stuff. Anyway, so the flowers, I've used some punches. They're retired now, so there's this one that does this little flower here, okay, like that. And then I've got this one which does a flower. Oh, can I get one quickly? Oh, bear with me, it's coming like that. Okay, and then I've used a leaf punch like that. It's got 2 different shapes on there. Sadly, they're all retired, but if you have a look through your stash, I guarantee you've got something you can use. Make life simple for yourself. Have a look through, see what flower shapes you like, or add a different embellishment. What I love to do is talk you through step by step how to do the card and let you go off and make your own versions. If you like what you've seen, please leave me a comment. If you don't like what you've seen, tell me what I could do better. I love a crafty chat. So, shall we create together? Oh yes, you can stay in touch with me here. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram and on Pinterest, but you can also get in touch via email. So please do if you have any questions. Okay, let's create. Enough waffle. So what do you need? You need a piece for the base card. So I am going to use basic beige today. You need some coloured card if you're going to do a layer. So I'm going to use Mossy Meadow because it really contrasts well with that. And then you need some designer series paper. Now you won't believe this, but that is all the designer series paper you need, unless you want to put a piece across the bottom. so like here, and then you'll need another long bit there. But for this one, I've just got 3 pieces of design series paper and that's it. Isn't that amazing? It's good and bad because you're not really using much of your stash up, but it's good because your paper stretches even further. So I'm not sure which side of the fence are you on. Anyway, here's the sizes. If you screenshot them, they're in inches and centimetres, and we'll craft together. Okay, right, let's see if I've got everything this time. You won't believe that I've started recording this video about 4 times now. So 4th time lucky. Let's go. So basic beige piece of card. So you need a piece. I'm in the UK, like I said, and it's got to be 8 2/8 by 5 7/8. Now I think I'd already cut this. So that's 5 7/8. And then if I put the arm out, it's 8 2. Sometimes the card is ever so slightly wider, which that is actually. That's really annoying when that happens, isn't it? I'm not going to cut it off because it's such a line along the edge that it will probably make it look not very nice. So I'm going to leave it ever so, it's like not even, well, it might be 1/16 bigger, but we're going to go with it anyway. So on the shorter end, you need a pencil and you will need a rubber, so bring that in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some lines downwards, and they're guide lines, okay? So I don't want to press too hard with my pencil because I want to be able to rub them out and them not seen. And what you need to do, and this is the beauty of this card, is you need to do some light pencil marks 1 5/8 from each end or each side. Now, if you are using centimetres, it's 4.1 centimetres, but we're going to go with inches. So 1 5/8. So I put my paper up to the 1 5/8 mark. I put that down, and I've got a pencil that I know is going to fit inside my running area. So I'm just lightly, hopefully not too lightly that you can't see it, running it up and down. Can you see that? So there's a pencil mark there at 1 5/8. Now I'm spinning my card round because this is the easiest way to do it. And the other side I'm going to do 1 5/8. And I'm going to do it the same. So I've got a pencil mark all along. So I've got 2 pencil marks. You can see that's going to be the middle panel. Okay, that's it. Oh, take a breath. Turn it sideways. Okay, this is going to be the bit that you need to pay attention to. So what I'm going to do, I am going to lightly on my panels put 1, 2 and 3, and they're going to be rubbed out just so that I know what I'm doing. Right, are you ready? Have you got everything ready? You've got all that you need near you? Phones off because you need to concentrate. Okay, so longer side at the top where you're measuring line is, and at 1 3/8, so I'm putting my card at 1 3/8. Okay, so it's going down this way. I'm going to score a line between the number 1 panel and number 3 panel, so not that one, just the top and the bottom. Now I'm going to use my scorer on here, or you could use an embossing tool. You can use whatever you want. Actually, I think I'm going to use this because you might be able to see what I'm doing a bit more. So it's 1 3/8. Okay, and I've just done a score line in the first panel and a score line in the 3rd panel. So can you see? So there's my score lines. Okay, there and there, but nothing in number 2. So the next one is 2 3/8. So 2 3/8, and I'm going to do exactly the same on the first or number 1 panel and number 3 panel. Okay, I'm just going over it a few times because I want it to be quite a nice thick score line. The next one is 4 1/8. Okay, 4 1/8. And this time I'm just doing it in number 2 panel. Okay, so it's okay, you're doing well. Just keep going. We'll recap again in a minute. So that's 4 1/8. Then I need to go to 5 1/8. And this time I'm doing 1 and 3 again. So the number 1 panel and number 3 panel. Okay, and then is that it? I think that might be it. Let's check. So we've got the longer side. We've done 1 3/8 in panel 1 and panel 3, 2 3/8 in panel 1 and panel 3, 4 1/8 in panel 2, 5 1/8 in panel 1 and panel 3. That's it. Oh, okay, take a breath. Ta-da! Not quite, is it? Okay, so turn it back this way. Now you have got your pencil marks on to help you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rub these pencil marks out up to the first score line. I'm going to rub my number 1 out as well, my number 2, I don't need that anymore. I'm going to rub this out to the top score line like that. Rub that out, number 3. And then I'm going to spin it round and I'm going to rub out the pencil mark to the score line again, just like that. And then you can see what I'm left with is this, and I need to make sure that this is cut from this line to this line. So from that score line to that score line, that score line to that score line. Okay, so how I do that, you can see the pencil marks on my guide, is I'm going to put it back in at 1 5/8 from the end. So 1 5/8, and I'm just going to put it down and I'm going to have a look. Can I see my pencil line in there? And I can. So now I need to move my cutting blade. So I'm using my finger as the guide under here to get my cutting blade in the middle of that pencil line. Okay, so 1 5/8, I put it in the middle and push down, and then I hold my card there and I'm going to cut up to the last score line and down to the score line. Okay, let's have a look. So I'll have a look and make sure that it's gone far enough. I'm just going to do that a little bit down and a bit more. So there is my score line cut, and while it's flat I'm just going to rub out that pencil mark. Look, perfect. And I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to spin it round, and now my pencil line is this side. I'm going to find 1 5/8 again, and I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to cut this line here. So I'll put my finger under, get it to the middle. Did I check? Let's have a look. Get it to the middle, press down, go up and down. Have a little look. Is it? Yeah, it's almost there. So I'm just going to do the top one a little bit more. Okay, and look, there it is again. And I'm going to rub it out. Oh, done. Okay, let's have a look. I heard your sigh of relief, the same as mine. Okay, so that's it done. Oh, so excited. Okay, so now what you've got to do is you've got to help the card know where you want it to go. So ever so gently push down on those bits there. Push up on that one. So can you see it already wants to go that way? Now these ones are going to go back. So that one goes down, that one goes down, this one comes up, this one comes up. So it's like that. It's like 2 ramps really. Now if you bring that down and bring this over. Now don't press hard at this stage. You're just giving it a little push, guiding it like a gentle mum. And then you're going to come over here and you're going to look to see if your paper is lined up. Okay, so line up the corners at the top and the bottom, and then when it's lined up and you're happy, then press the other way. And you can use your bone folder, you can use whatever tool you want, just to make sure that it really knows where you want it to be. And that is your card shape. Oh, look at that! Didn't you find that easy? I bet you were sweating like me over the score lines. Oh God, can she just stop a minute? Ah! Okay, so let's decorate it. Now I've already cut my pieces. So I've got a piece of card that is going to go along here. And that is 1 2/8 by 5 3/4. Then I've got my big piece that's going to go here. And that's 2 3/8 by 2 5/8. And then, oh, I don't think I've cut the side bits. Let's have a look. So I need 2 pieces that are 1 1/2 by 2 5/8. So let's do those. 2, oh, that's 2 5/8. Perfect. And now I need 1 1/2. So I need 2 of these pieces. So there's 1. How lucky was that? Okay, so those pieces are going to go in there. Can you see how it's going to come together? So the designer series paper that goes on the top, I've done mine 1/8 of an inch smaller. So for this piece, it's going to be 2 2/8 by 2 1/2. And then these sides I'm doing as a contrast, and they are 2 1/2 and 1 1/8, okay? And I'm going to do the card again across the bottom, just because I think it really makes the sentiment pop out. So this coloured card on the top again is 1/8 of an inch smaller, so it's 1 1/8 by 5 5/8. I think that's right. Okay, let's stick it all together. I'll try and do it quickly for you. So this one is just going to go across the bottom. I'm going to stamp my sentiment on it though as well before I stick it all together. Now, how do I stick it all together? I would open it out flat, okay, like this, and do it flat, because it's so much easier. You'll just stress yourself out trying to put it in the right place. So lay it down flat, okay. These pieces, let's do these next. I have got a stamping marker and I'm going to go around the edge of my card because it is going on a darker piece of card, and it really will make a difference if you colour the edge. It will just make the paper blend in to the background. It's so subtle, but it is so beneficial to do it. You'll really notice with your finished cards, they just give it, it just takes it up a notch. Trust me, have a go and then let me know. If it really doesn't work for you, I'd love to know. So that bit's going to go on there. Oh, which way round? Oh, I don't know. But why is it so difficult to stick a bit of card on? Okay, the other tip is if you put your paper down and then add the glue, you use less glue because you've got more control. I'm going to put it that way around because I think the flowers that I'm adding to it are going to hide the big one. Anyway, so these ones I already put the pen around the edges. Try and save you a little bit of watch time. So there has been a couple of tutorials gone out for my exclusive otters in the club. Are you loving them? Got some more. I try and do 2 exclusive tutorials a month. and then all sorts of goings on in between. Really love the one that I put out this week. It's a triple, everything's triple. It's a really lovely fun fold that just explodes when you open it, but not in a bad way, in a really nice way. Right, so this is going to go on here. I'm really excited to have a ta-da moment with this. Isn't card making great? Doesn't harm anyone. You're just in the moment, having a little fiddle and a play, and it's just paper and ink. If it goes wrong, it doesn't matter. Nothing is going to happen. The world's not going to end. You might get a bit sad, but not for long. Okay, right, ready? Look at that. Ooh, love it. I really like that green on the basic beige. Okay, let's stamp. So I've got my stamp ready. I'm going to use Celebrate again. And I've used the Mossy Meadow. Ooh, okay, I'm going to put it over a bit. Look at that. Love that. Okay. And then, I don't know, shall I do a couple of flowers? Just so you can see it. And then check back in on my social media later to see the finished card. Okay, so that's that. So what have I got here? I've got some flowers. I even punch out of the designer series paper because that actually gives another layer to the flowers. So, oh, I like these. Okay, I am going to use 3 of those because it's best to do 5. So I've already done a couple of those, so I might use those on it. But I'm using the end of a old pokey tool just because if I push in the middle, I don't know if you can see, it gives like an indent that leaves like a centerpiece that I just love. I think because there's a little tiny mark on there that I can't see with my naked eye, even with my glasses on. But when you press down, it's the most gorgeous thing. And then the white ones, I'm going to use this. I'm just going to press in there. You could use a pen that's run out of ink. You could use all sorts. I don't know which ones I'm going to use, so I'm just going to do them all. And then the leaf, oh, I've got some green here, so let's just chop that. I feel like I'm wasting a lot of card. Let's have a look. So that's what it looks like. It's just flat, but I'm going to do some magic to it. Got those bits as well. I'm not sure whether I use those, but we've got them. So again, with my embossing tool, I'm just going to run the narrow bit along the leaf like that. Let's hope that you can see this. Oh, can you see the ones that I've done the line along now look like a leaf rather than flat? And you can also shape them slightly so it looks even more effective. But that's how to turn a flat leaf into a shaped leaf really simply. So got that and that. Let's bring these back in. So I want the leaf shape to go here. So I'm just going to stick that on first. So I'm going to put some glue just on the stalk, not on the leaves because I don't want it flat. And I know that I want the leaf to go there. I'm just going to use this so that I don't get all gluey. Oh, put far too much glue on that. It's all squirting out. There you go. Because I can, oh, I didn't shape that. Look. Oh, glue. Didn't do that one because I can shape that out the way of the sentiment then. So you can still see it. Okay. Oh, can't get my finger under it. Okay, like so. And that one's already shaped, so that will go like that. Then the flower, I am going to put a blob of glue on the end of that, and I'll put one there because then it will hide that cross where that join is. I'll use this end there. I'm just going to hold that on for a minute. I'm going to use 3 bigger flowers because it's good to do odd numbers. I'm going to put one there. There. Just as a contrast to that darker colour. Now the decision is, do I put that in the middle? Because that looks quite nice. The darker against the lighter. I should be leaving it to set before I add that in, but I will quickly do one so you can see. So I just got a little dab of glue. I'll bring that over and drop it in. Leave it for a moment just so that it really gets a hold of the glue. Ooh. And then that will go there. And then just a little tip, if you've got a little, what are these called? Like a fine, oh that's blue, I don't want blue. Like a fine liner. I don't know if this is going to work because it's quite fine. But if you just do some dots in the middle, just build it up like that. Can you see how that replicates what's on that bigger flower, and it just ties it all in? Let me do another one and then I'll show you again. So I'm literally just dotting. Okay, no fancy stuff, just a pen. Okay, so I'm going to finish that. Very happy with it actually. And let's have a bit of a ta-da. Are you ready? Oh my God, which one do I like? Oh, this is really hard. I actually think this one. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and I will see you soon. Bye.